how to lose weight in 4 days. No fad diets included, no starvation, no injections, none of that stuff. Just how to lose weight in 4 days. Hi Hazel, let me know how you're doing. It's been a hot one. Not used to this heat, right? But this house, it's an old stone built house, and they knew how to build houses in the olden days. So I'm up on the roof right now, so it's toasty warm. But downstairs where my gym is, it's absolutely Baltic, absolutely freezing. But like I say, they know how to build days in the old they know how to build houses in the olden days, that's for sure. All right, team, you know, let's get into it. Make sure you got your water for hydration. Make sure you're hydrating, Hazel. I know it's warm and we forget to hydrate and our energy drops and then we feel hungrier than we should and then we end up overindulging at night. But that's a different topic. All right, how to lose weight in 4 days. So you know, if you've been following me for a while, I'm not about the fad diets. Okay, I'm not about the fad diets. I'm about long-term weight loss. But what I do is a challenge with some of my team. So anyone who wants to join, I'm feeling like I'm going to sneeze. Anyone who wants to join, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, that was dramatic. All right. So, for anyone who wants to join, some of my Healthy Well Women team join, or anybody outside that who wants to join my 4-day Summer Slim Challenge, and in the different things depending on the time of year. And what the 4-day challenge is about is exactly that, losing weight over the 4 days. And you might be thinking, whatever, how is that not a fad diet? Well, it's not a fad diet because it's focused around eating whole foods and it's focused around fueling your body. And how can we do that over 4 days? Because what I tend to find is that clients who work with me over the years and the hundreds of clients I've worked with aren't eating enough food. And you're like, hang on a minute, Julie, it's all about calorie deficit. Everyone's shouting at me to eat less, to lose weight, which makes sense because you're not burning it. But what happens is people aren't eating enough food. So then you go into that starvation mode and you start to peck on foods that you don't even really know that you're snacking on because you're just having the biscuit here, you're having a cake here, or it might be, you know, an extra tea to try and fill yourself up to take off the hunger cues, or another coffee and then another coffee to help take off the edge of your hunger. And then the weekend comes along and you're like, oh, I deserve a treat, or I'm going out for a meal, or you're going out with friends, or whatever it might be, and you end up overindulging. So all the cutting you've done during the week, you end up blowing it at the weekend, or it could be vice versa. And also humans are very bad at tracking how much food they have and what they have. Traditionally, people might use different apps, or they might just say, oh, I'm not really into biscuits. I don't ever have any real bad habits as such. I don't think I eat a lot. But when you actually track your food, you'll still miss things out because as humans, we're typically bad. And even nutritionists, there was an experiment done, nutritionists were also bad at tracking everything they were eating and consuming because it's not just the solid foods, it's the liquids as well. So whether it be the wine, the fizzy drinks, whether it be the teas, the coffees, the Costas, the Starbucks, especially, these types of things are all calories, and we end up drinking our calories now as well as eating them. And often we forget that. And things like sauces, you forget about sauces and dressings and all these things. So how do we do it over 4 days? As I just mentioned, as I build up to, it's all about eating whole foods. So having a breakfast, lunch, and dinner loaded with protein, with veg, with fruit, depending on what course it is, depending on what it looks like. And basically what I'm doing is fueling people for performance. So for my women, it's about fueling their bodies for performance. So it's giving them mental and physical energy. But also with that food, it's going to stop cravings because it's filling them up. So the protein is going to keep them fuller for longer. The veg is going to keep them fuller for longer, but also it taps into your senses. So it's about the food they enjoy. So I stand by this, that I am the only coach in the world who will give my 4-day challengers a meal plan bespoke to them. No one else will do that. And they'll give you might get a generic one or you might get macro counting, but no one will give you a bespoke meal plan. I'm the only person who does that on a 4-day challenge, guaranteed. So with the food, it's foods that the clients enjoy and they like. And I give them that up front to make sure that actually, one, they do like the food. And if there's anything that, not too sure about that, then we switch it because it's super important when you want to lose weight that you're enjoying your food. And I'm not talking about having ultra processed protein bars and junk like that where it's just like fillers and get protein and chocolate. Like, no, it's not about that. It's about eating naturally whole foods. And with that comes not just the fullness, but the colors, right? The explosion of colors. If you see my post earlier today and also last week with what the guys were eating, the explosion of colours, the different colours, the different types of protein. So we've got the taste, we've got the senses lighting up in terms of the smell, the look, the appearance, the fullness, and it's all going on. So when that's all going on, as a result, you're not craving stuff. You're feeling full, you're satisfied in terms of all your senses are lighting up, and you're really enjoying the meals. You're not going to be looking for the chocolate. You're not going to be looking for the biscuits or the cake. It's not going to happen because your body's getting what it needs. And as a result, you're then going to be less fatigued because, yes, but guys also have hydration. So as a reminder, with their meals, I say to drink 16 fluid ounces of water. And for some, it's purely for a reminder because people forget to drink the water or they're not tuned into their first. And with that, they're getting good hydration, they get all the macronutrients and micronutrients, they're fueling their body, they're fueling their brain as well. So when they're tired, then actually what they're going to do, they're going to crave sweet stuff. They're going to crave when they're tired, they're going to crave sweet stuff, but they're also going to crave comfort food. So foods that are typically beige, not necessarily light up in colour, but because we're fueling them the goodness throughout the day, then actually they're going to tune into that and they're going to be okay. So if they are feeling tired and they get a little, oh, I need a bit of a sweet treat, then they'll have something like a mint tea, or they might have a piece of fruit as a snack. So I always say to them, in amongst your meals, then what they can have is a green tea in the morning. If they really don't like green tea, then it's mint tea. And then through the day, if they are getting tired, they are getting lethargic, they might have had a full on day, or they might not have slept well, and they know they fueled the body with meals and they've had their snacks, then eat as much fruit and veg as you like. Eat as much fruit and veg as you like, and I guarantee that chocolate hunger craving will go away. So it really is about the blend of everything, but it's all really about eating whole foods. And my guys done that over 4 days. Yes, we did workouts, but only if you didn't already have a training program in place. Then they came and joined me for 30-minute strength training. That was a mixture of body weight mainly, and sometimes with a weight, just the guys had weights. But 30 minutes was all we needed. And if they were doing training on their own, they went off and done their own training. They didn't have to come and join the 30 minutes. So you can see we don't need to change a whole heap, but it is knowing how to do it for you and your individual body. And it is about working with your lifestyle too. So some people who couldn't join the lives or the masterclasses replayed it later, right? So it's never like, where are you? Why aren't you there, Hazel? What's going on? So it's all about it working with your lifestyle in terms of the food, the recipes, the workouts, all of that shebang. And what happens over those 4 days, bear in mind the guys are in the group, sharing their struggles, sharing their challenges, so I can help them and coach them. And within that 4 days, because they're eating well, they're moving their body, they're hydrated, they start to sleep better, they feel better in terms of their mental strength, in terms of brain fog for all those perimenopause, menopause women. And then overall, everything starts to feel better and they get momentum and it feels good, and they're tuning into how the body feels and what foods give them energy and what foods deplete them. And by following the meal plan of the 4 days, they lost, I think some of the least amount lost, and I say least, but still up, is 1.5 pounds, and the most someone lost was 3 pounds. And we did have someone who had a cake tasting competition at work. So bless Sharon. She had to like basically taste loads of cake. So she lost 2 pounds. The cake tasting happened, and she pretty much put 1.5 pounds back on. But since then, she's gone back on the plan and she's lost that back. So it's that whole thing about you can achieve weight loss within 4 days. Is it sustainable? Yes, it is, because I'm giving the guys full meal, proper meals, all the nutrition, and they're getting hydration. Now, what isn't sustainable is how fast that weight loss will happen. Yes, it comes off easier at the start, but as we go through, it might slow down, it might go up, it might go down, because typically I work with people for 4 months. So obviously there's things that are going to happen within that. I just mentioned about Sharon with the cake tasting. I know Denise had a wedding at the end of it. So there's different events that will happen that will mean your weight will go up, but then it will come back down again. So it's whole life that we're looking at here. And the 4 days is really about focusing on those 4 days. Ideally, you don't have anything else going on, so you can follow the plan for 4 days, but you can achieve weight loss in 4 days through a healthy way by eating whole foods, hydrating, fueling up your senses, enjoying your food, and not starving yourself or using injections or any crazy fad diets and not eating anything at all. It can be achieved through whole food. And I find the commonest error people make when trying to lose weight is cutting back too much, punishing themselves with foods they don't like, feeling like they're missing out on things, so they can't enjoy the social events. So all that stuff. So, team, that is how you lose weight in 4 days. And my women have just proven that it can be done, and you can enjoy food, enjoy life, and lose weight at the same time. It can be done without all the fads. I promise you it can. And if you're more interested in terms of, oh, okay, Julie, I don't really want to go in and work with you for, like, say, 16 weeks right now, but I would like to know about the next 4 day challenge you do, then drop me in the DM to put you on the waiting list. When will that happen? I'm thinking probably July now, because I know we've got a lot of summer holidays coming up and a lot of people going off and stuff. So I don't think that'll be till July time. All right, team, that is me done. Any questions on how to lose weight in 4 days, where you're at, what you've tried, and then drop me in the DMs. I know some of you might be thinking, oh, I've tried to lose weight for years and I'm not be able to do it. And she's talking about doing it in 4 days. Remember, Susie, the person who won overall, said she'd been struggling for years and years to lose weight. And she's totally hyped because she's done it in 4 days. So it really is about tailoring it to your body rather than doing the one size fits all. All right, team, take care, and I will catch you tomorrow evening. Appreciate you all. Thanks for joining. #replay.